Hello everybody, welcome back to another Jurassic World Hammond Collection action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the Hammond Collection Jurassic World Rebirth Dilophosaurus. This was a figure I was initially a little like, why are they doing this one? But now having it in hands, I'm actually quite excited to have it because it's quite a nice update to the Hammond Collection Dilophosaurus sculpt. The original Hammond Collection Dilophosaurus is not bad, it's just dated, and it's kind of a harder figure to find because of it being an early Hammond Collection figure, and then the re-release was in a Comic-Con set, so it's kind of a hard one to find. I'm sure some eBay prices are pretty high on this figure, and it's kind of a shame because it's a decent figure. It's not the greatest, but now we have this more readily available Dilophosaurus. This guy was a bit of a pain for me to initially track down, but now that this wave has actually trickled out, the only thing I'm missing still is the Mutodon. If anybody has the link for the Mutodon, I'd love it because I'm still trying to track it down. And then we've got the new Comic-Con Raptor, which shouldn't be too bad. A lot of people are not excited about that. But yeah, this is our first Rebirth figure in the Hammond Collection we're taking a look at. Don't have the Mutodon yet, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of nice because it took them about 2-ish years to start getting Dominion figures in the Hammond Collection line. Obviously, during Dominion's release, it was JP30, so most of the line was focused on JP30, and then the year after was pretty, like, I think we might have started getting Dominion figures at the end of the year, 2020 and 24. So it took about it. This is pretty quick turnaround for Rebirth. Surprised they didn't launch Rebirth figures with the movie, but anyway, yeah, it's the Dilophosaurus. It's an updated sculpt, and I'm pretty excited. You got a nice render here. It's taken straight from the movie, the Dilophosaurus render. Hammond Collection Dilophosaurus True FX, and they can actually claim True FX on this because it does appear in the movie. Hammond Collection there. Side of the box has a picture from the movie, and it's been a while since we've had a dinosaur that's appeared in a movie and like has a blurb, and then you got the Rebirth logo here. I do love this logo. I know a lot of people don't like Rebirth. I personally didn't mind it. The back of the box shows the figure, which looks quite nice. The renders look pretty cool. Got the rest of the wave being Hypsilophodon, which I do have a review of, Dilophosaurus, and then Mutodon, which will be coming as soon as I can get it. Dilophosaurus, when bravely trying to obtain a raft, Teresa Delgado comes close to a Dilophosaurus, but it is the Tyrannosaurus Rex that soon becomes a bigger problem in every way. They did not give us a mainline release of the Rebirth Dilophosaurus, so this is actually our first time getting the Rebirth designed Dilophosaurus, period. I'm still waiting on a Teresa Delgado. I have a feeling we're not ever going to get her. I feel like the Rebirth human figures are done for a while. So yeah, there's that code if you want it, and I'm just going to go ahead and slice and dice this open. It looks like it already has been opened. I didn't do that. Did I get somebody's return? It's all here, and I don't see any, like, glaring quality control issues. So that's odd. It's like, looks like it's already been opened. I ordered it from Target's website, so that might have been a return. Okay. We'll see. I don't see any noticeable issues, so we're just gonna proceed as normal. Other than your usual amount of, like, Mattel sloppiness, doesn't appear to be anything wrong with this figure, but it looks like someone already opened it, so who knows? We're gonna proceed. It looks fine to me, so I will just live with it. Just a little weirded out by it is all. Figure looks actually pretty fantastic just having it in hand. It's much more modern Hammond collection-y than the original Dilophosaurus. It does. I have them like right here. I'm gonna bring them in for like a proper comparison later. It does look to have some, maybe not. This might be an all-new sculpt. They might have reused the arms. I think that might be it. It's the same dinosaur, so it looks mostly to be a new sculpt, which is cool. It's less a retool, more a new sculpt. It might still be a retool, but this figure is looking pretty cool. It's the Rebirth Dilophosaurus, which you like barely see in the movie. It does have more screen time than the Velociraptors, though, I will say that. And it does the same gimmick of having the swappable frill and waddle, just like the original Dilophosaurus. However, this one looks much better and much more detailed, which I do quite like. It does have your typical amount of Mattel slop. Like there's a little ding there, but it looks good. Taking a look at the head sculpt, it looks fairly nice. You've got the orange crest and then the more like velociraptor-y shaped head. It looks like a raptor. This looks very raptor-y. The original Dilophosaurus has a much more rounded head, but I think that's just how it looks in the movie. So eyes looks really good. They got rid of the glass eyes, but I honestly don't mind the painted eye, and this one actually looks pretty good. It did not look good on the Hypsilophodon. And you got a ton of paint on this figure. Like this one clearly got quite a good paint budget. This thing is well painted. I think the arms and legs are the only things without paint on them, and it looks fine because I don't think it has those in the movie. This looks like it jumped out of Rebirth. You got this like pretty detailed splotching all the way down the body, and like I don't know if it's gonna pick up on camera. Like there's like spots and stuff of different colors all down the back, which is super cool. And then you got this green that continues all the way to the tail, and then the tail is actually I quite like. So they cast it in this green so it looks like it's painted at the end, and then they painted this part so it doesn't look like the tail just like cuts off. It looks like it kind of tapers off, which is nice. Looks just like the one in the movie. It's a Hammond collection figure, so it's highly articulated. The jaw is articulated. It'll close, which is nice. I like that the accessories are like normal because they can still have the accessories being the frill, and then they can still hit their accessory quota that they're trying to hit now. So the jaw is traditional. It's not that like open closed jaw thing that they've been doing recently. The head will smooth side to side as well as up, so you can get a pretty decent range of motion. Things are hard to pose sometimes, like that pose. It'll swivel here at the neck as well as move up and down. The arms are articulated, they'll move back and forth. They will move out away from the body like so. The claws are painted, which is nice. There's a little bit of slop, but it's a mass-produced Mattel figure. It's gonna have that. Pretty well articulated here. This arm looks a little loose. I might have to pop that back in a little bit. Yep, there you go. The legs are articulated, they'll move back and forth. They will move out away from the body slightly. You've got that articulation at the knee. You've got the ankle pivot and rotation, and then more articulation at the foot. So you can really get this guy posed up. The tail will swivel, and then is flexible so you can bend it whichever way you so choose. I usually don't like bending my tails, but I just stress about the wire. So yeah, it looks kind of dumb right now, but I'm sure I could get it in some cool kind of poses. Looks better with its mouth open and then kind of like upwards. Kind of like that. I kind of like that. That looks cool. And then the frills are changeable, so you can take this off. It's a cool waddle. It's quite well painted actually. You can see it is painted all the way through and it's got a bunch of colors. And then we have this frill, which looks really cool. I like the black with the reds on it. It's a very nice thing. No paint on the back of the frill, that's fine. And then it should just slot up like so on the neck of the Dilophosaurus, like this. And then this joint is always like, it's a problem with all Dilophosauruses in the Hammond collection. It tends to slide down unless you kind of work with it. I tend to have to like get it on the neck itself for it to hold. It doesn't like to sit at the back of the head. It likes to sit on the neck. But once that's frictioned in there, it does not look as good. On this Dilophosaurus, I think the back is too wide. It looks decent. I do wish the Hammond collection Dilos would come with Venom. The Amber collection one did, And that is still like the best Dilophosaurus Mattel's ever made. This one is pretty cool though. I'd argue it's probably the second best because the original Hammond Collection Dilo does have some pretty bad flaws. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go, I have both. This is technically the third Mattel Dilophosaurus in the Hammond Collection. I will go ahead and grab the others. I'll do a frill and then a no frill comparison. So here's the first release Hammond Collection Dilophosaurus. This is obviously the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus. They didn't do the best job. They missed the white striping on it, which kind of kills the figure. Like if it had that white striping, it would look so much better. But it's a cool figure nevertheless, and it's clearly the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus. We never did get the Dominion Dilophosaurus in the Hammond Collection. That is one I would like one day. I know Dominion also gets a lot of hate, but more Dilophosauruses is not going to kill anybody. So yeah, they look fairly good next to each other. The Jurassic Park one is obviously a much older, dated sculpt. The newer one is much more articulated. Like not there, I think they have the same amount of articulation. It's just this is a much more slender, nimble-looking figure, which I prefer. And they do look different. Like they're clearly from different movies. They're different designs. Obviously, I preferred the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus, but this Rebirth one is fairly cool, so I am liking that. Let me go ahead and change the frill, because I want to do the frillless. That's how I distinguish my two standard ones, is I take the frill, and I have the frill off of the animatronic styled one. So yeah, the other one is like based off of the Jurassic Park animatronic, which is cool. I don't like the way that sits. Maybe I can get it. It like wants to ride up. They want it to sit right behind the ear. There we go. So yeah, here's the animatronic one. It is the same exact figure as the other Jurassic Park one, but it comes on a base. That is the difference. The frilled looks look pretty similar as well. They look good next to each other. They look good. I prefer the Dominion one. This one I really wish they would have done a little bit more specialness for Comic-Con other than a base, but it's cool. It's a cool figure. They look solid next to each other. As you see, it is similarly sized to the standard Hammond Collection Dilophosaurus. So next to your human figures, it will appear relatively the same size. And yeah, that's the Rebirth Hammond Collection Dilophosaurus. It's a pretty solid figure. Quite like it. I think it's a cool one. It's definitely not like the greatest Hammond Collection figure in the universe, but I think it's quite fun, and I'm glad to have it finally in the collection. Let me know your thoughts on this figure. Overall reception I think has been pretty positive towards it, so let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we finally look at the Indominus Rex. Take care.